very good morning and warm welcome to all of you. In the first lecture series with Aavhan, we have with us Mr. Luke, and he's been associated with integrative medicine from very long. And I won't take long now, and I'll leave it to you, sir, to tell us more about who you are and how all of this has started.
Okay, great. I'm going to keep it short. Thank you for having me over here. It's a privilege to address all of you today. My name is Coutinho. I work in the space of integrative and lifestyle medicine. So our job is to work with patients and with doctors to help people get off their medications in a safe way, manage the side effects, and even boost the immune system. So we do immunology, and we look at keeping inflammation low. What we've introduced in our country about 8 years ago is something called integrative and lifestyle medicine, where we see lifestyle as a medicine. What is lifestyle? The way you eat, what you eat, the way you exercise, what suits your body, how often do you do it, the quality of your sleep, and of course, your emotional wellness. Because as medication works on a symptom, we try to address the root cause of your problem. So what we're looking at is complete recovery when it comes to diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, any medical condition. There's always a cause that leads to that disease. Medicine treats the symptom, we address the root cause, so we work with medicine in an integrated way to do that. Over the last couple of years, our practice is across New York, London, South America, the whole of Europe, Australia, and India. It's a growing field because no matter what religion you follow, no matter what food you eat, lifestyle stays similar for everyone. If we're sleep deprived, we have problems. If we're emotionally low, we have problems. If we don't exercise, we have problems. If we eat the wrong food, we have problems. So that's me in a bit. I'm an author as well. We have about 7 published books across the world. Most of them, touchwood, bestsellers right now. We're also working on an ecosystem of food. We are working with the government of India right now to build a sustainable food chain across the country. What does that mean? We're trying to cut out the middleman because good food gets too expensive by the time it reaches us. So we're trying to connect directly with farmers, directly with vendors doing things and bridge the gap so that we get ethical food into our food chain at a more affordable cost over time. So that's what we do in short. Now over to you for the questions.
Yes, sir. So my first question is, in a world that is full of hustling and, giving it all you have and you're not caring for health or anything, how did you take this step back and, step into this changing lifestyle idea, like looking at the basics, basically? So where did it all start? Like, how did it come to you that, this is not it, this is what it is? And that's what I want to know.
All right, great. So I studied nutrition when I was in university. I loved the subject. But then I moved into the corporate world. I was one of those people who got kind of blinded by the glamour in the corporate industry when you're a CEO or you're a VP and all of that stuff. So I worked a little bit in Dubai. I worked in London, came back to India, joined IBM, grew with the company, reached a very, very good position, good money coming in, comfort. But then you always look at the position above you and you want to be that CEO. You want to be that general manager. And then I started noticing their lifestyles. A lot of them were obese, a lot of them constantly suffering with knee pain. Some of them had cancer. We had one particular individual at his position, he couldn't even fit into a business class seat. So something struck me. What's the point of having position, power, money if you're losing your health? How can you even enjoy business class travel if you can't even fit into a seat? I had one person, he was a VP. He said, "Luke, I travel first class, but I can't even lie on a flat bed because I have back pain." And that's when I realized these people are the best doctors. They have the best gyms, best trainers, best cars, all the comfort in the world, but their lifestyles are so poor that no matter how much of medicine and good food they eat, they're not going to get better. That's when I realized there's a massive gap. We have great medication, we have physiotherapy, we have everything. But if people don't learn how to live the right lifestyle, you can be the busiest person in the world. Today, we treat the royal family in Dubai. We have billionaires as clients. And a lot of people say that, "Luke, they have it easy. They can do it. They're the busiest people in the world." But if they can make time for their health, so can we. And health doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be that you need to be in the gym for 2 hours. You need to spend money on organic food, all of that. No, it needs to be simple lifestyle changes that suit you. So I saw that gap around 8 years ago. I decided to fill that gap. And that made us the pioneers of lifestyle medicine in our country, which today has, touchwood, become a multi-million-dollar business. And it's only growing because no matter what we have, people's lifestyles are the most difficult to change because over here we have social media pulling us on one side. We have Netflix pulling us on another side. We have the stories of the rich and famous telling us to hustle and work hard, pulling us on the other side. But when you take away all those layers, you realize that you can grow into into what you want in a very graceful way without compromising your health. What if you could have money, wealth, fame, if that's what you want, and maintain your health? For me, that is the definition of success. Anyone can be successful working 18 hours a day, burning out. You're obviously going to get the next promotion because you're working harder than all of your colleagues. But what happens when your body starts failing on you? Okay. And that's when we realize the corporate world doesn't need you anymore. You were once an asset and now you're a liability because you can't be as productive as you showed you were. So we're trying to change the definition of success for the youth and everyone around. Success is not having that Rolls Royce or a yacht and, a couple of $1 million in your bank, but you're suffering in hospital every single day with pains and diseases. It's maintaining your health, building a fantastic business or a career, giving back to society, maintaining your families and your relationships. It's easy to get divorced because you're putting more time in your work. But what if you could build your family and build your career together? And that's when it's lifestyle. And that's what we teach today. We work with cancer patients with disease, as well as people who are looking at just building a healthy lifestyle along with a flourishing career. So that's exactly what we do.
That was that's very, very true, sir. I really kind of think that this whole hustle and everything, that it really comes into the part. So I think you said that you've been for like 8 years. And what is the most important lesson that you learned all through this association that you've had with changing lifestyle? I think changing lifestyle is one of the most difficult things, like you mentioned. And what is the most important thing that you've learned out of it?
There are a couple of things. The number one thing I've learned is if you want to change your health, if you want to build your career, if you want to build that great relationship, it is your responsibility. You can't outsource that responsibility to someone else. You can't outsource your responsibility of your relationship to someone else. You need to put in effort. You need to put in time. You need to give yourself to that relationship, whether it's with your boss, whether it's with your colleagues, your teachers, your husband, your wife. That's one lesson. Everyone today, the world teaches us that we're entitled to everything. Let me tell you right now, you and I are entitled to nothing. We're entitled to what we work for. It's as simple as that. We reap what we sow. Nothing can ever change that statement. A lot of people think they're entitled because we have degrees, we have fancy positions, our parents are rich, we're the son or daughter of a politician. So we suddenly think we're entitled. No one's entitled. No one cares about you. That's the fact of the world. Very few people genuinely care about you. Everyone else, they have an agenda with you. They want something from you. So we need to realize that it is up to us. We need to start looking inwards to live our life. All of us right now are controlled outwards. We are controlled by the opinions on social media. Some billionaires telling you to hustle, so all of us think the way to make $1 billion is to hustle. Absolutely wrong. There are elegant people working in the shadows, making billions of dollars and maintaining an elegant life. So we're controlled by the opinions. We watch something in the news, our perceptions are formed. Oh, India is a horrible country. Oh, this is a bad country. Oh, no, climate change, all of that. We don't look inwards and try to make sense of the situation by using our own logic or having a mind of our own. So number one, whatever it is that you're trying to do in life today, whether it's your health, relationships, your career, look inwards. All the answers that you're searching for are inside. You can look outwards for mentorship, opinions, all of that stuff. But finally, you make the decision. You are responsible. Another thing, most people blame their misfortunes or their failures on all outside circumstances. It's still your responsibility. The reason you're sick today, unless it's a genetic sickness that no matter what you do, you have fallen sick. But I'm talking about 95% of the lifestyle diseases out there, diabetes, obesity, PCOS, cancers, and all of these issues. Okay, you've played a role in creating that disease. Now you need to assume responsibility and accept that you've played a role, and what do you need to change? It's easy to blame the doctors, blame everyone around, blame society, blame pollution. Today everyone's blaming, pollution. If you got cancer because of pollution, guess what? We're all breathing the same air. We're all eating the same food. We're all drinking the same water. All of us should have cancer. Yes, pollution plays a role in cancer. It's multifactorial. But why do you have a low immune system? Why do you have so much inflammation in your body? Why are you sleep deprived? These are things that cause cancer. So I think we have to look within, and I think the most successful people in the world, they don't invest time in blaming and complaining and finding fault with systems. They take action. They see a problem and they take action. They don't stay stuck in negativity. That's one lesson I want to share with you. The second, Because in my line of work with cancer, we get to speak a lot to dying patients because we work with end-of-life patients. And I have not met a single person on their deathbed today who talks about money, talks about fame, talks about position in companies. They talk about love. They talk about relationships that they lost. They talk about their children. They talk about memories they made. So that just brings out the essence of life. Be busy in your studies, make money, get fame, but never forget the other side, which is nurture your relationships, spend time with your parents, spend time with your loved ones, make memories, make money, but you should also make memories because like I said, these people dying don't talk about the money that they have in their bank account, no matter how rich they are. They talk about the memories. They talk about that little holiday they took with their kids or with their partners or with their college friends or the reunion they had. Memories. These are the things that truly make us happy. I don't know a single person out there who has said, Luke, my money makes me happy. Yes, money can get us opportunity, no doubt about that. It can get us comfort, it can get us a better life. But when you start to lose your health, all of these things don't matter at all. So these are two lessons I've learned in lifestyle. The third, everyone has the ability to make lifestyle changes. And guess what? It's free. It doesn't cost you money to make a lifestyle change. The reason you can't make a lifestyle change is because the reason is not strong enough to motivate you to do it. It's not strong enough. We assign more value to drinking, drugs, all of these things and stuff like that. Not all of us. I'm just giving you an example because that's important to you. If I put that equal value to my health, then that becomes important. A lot of the youth say that, Luke, how do we stay motivated? Why should we have to stay motivated? If our reason is strong enough, that motivates us to study, to work, to look after our health. But if we need to be motivated, that means our reason is not strong enough. So these are three lessons I see amongst people. It's up to us. We make a choice. We decide if we want to change our lifestyle or not. We decide whether we want to succeed in life or not. So we are our own obstacles to almost everything that we're trying to achieve in life.
Like you said, that we are the biggest obstacle in front of us, and it's about just conquering ourselves to do anything, and we are the ones responsible. This is something that is extremely different than what people do. Like you said, everybody likes to blame others because it's the easier thing. It's easy to push the blame on someone else. How do you change that attitude in people who come towards you? Like I think that is something that is very, very difficult in terms of attitude change. Like people might not want to really take the blame on themselves. It's much easier to push it on someone else. So how do you change that attitude to center the view of someone to looking outside to looking inward, from looking outside to looking inward?
Number one is we stop doing it. Whatever we keep doing becomes a habit. So we stop doing it. And we understand, we complain and blame, like you rightly said, because we don't want to take responsibility for our failure. But fine, I made a mistake. Now I can learn from that mistake. I can turn that mistake or that struggle into an opportunity. I can learn from it. But if I'm blaming, I don't find fault with myself. I don't see my blind side. I don't see my errors, and no human is perfect. There is no human being out there who's perfect, whether they're spiritual leaders, whether they are saints, whatever, everyone has a bright and a dark side. Everyone has good and bad in them, So we have to stop fooling ourselves that we're perfect. We got to be okay with our imperfections, but we got to see, are those imperfections affecting us? Are they derailing us? Are they causing harm to other people so we can work with it? So when we shift blame or complain, we're moving that responsibility and that ownership of our faults and our issues onto someone else. So we never learn, we never get better. We get better at complaining and blaming, but we don't get better at evolving. So we can always learn from these things by not doing it. That's the simplest way. I could sit here and fool all of y'all and say, let me give you an exercise. Take out a pad and pen, write 5 things you love about yourself, 5 reasons why you blame. No, it doesn't work. We just got to stop doing it. It's as simple as that. We got to stop doing it. So the more we feed an emotion, that emotion grows. Okay, so if I feed happiness, it grows. I feed sadness, it grows. I feed depression with more depressing thoughts, it grows. I feed a bad behavior, it becomes a bad habit. So how do you change a bad habit? By creating a new habit. You can never change a bad habit. You can override it. So let's say I have a bad habit of picking up my phone every 5 seconds and looking at notifications. Okay, how do I break this habit? Is there a motivational video that can stop you from doing it? Absolutely not. But now the next time, 5 seconds, I want to reach out for my phone, I don't do it. I wait for a minute. Okay, now something in my subconscious mind changes. The subconscious mind sees conflict. Usually the action is picking up the phone, but now I'm not. Okay, and then every time I try to do it, I stop. Maybe I'll pick up the phone in 1 minute. It's okay, but I'm overriding and the more I do that, the more I'll break the habit of picking up my phone in 5 seconds. So you can only change a bad habit by overriding it, by creating something new. So you can override a bad habit and create a new one, but you can never get rid of it. You have to override it and create a new one. So that's how that works. Yeah. Looking inwards, to answer your point. Yes. Looking inwards, I didn't answer that point.
Yes.
If we're constantly controlled by social media, the news, what my friend said, what that group said, we're connected outwards. Just think about it. We're connected outwards. How do I connect inwards? Okay, through my meditation practice, through sitting in silence. When something happens, if I'm going through sadness right now, instead of looking outside for comfort, validation, and approval, I look inside. Why is this troubling me so much? I try to understand my own emotions. So that connects me within. The more we connect within, the smarter we become emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, because outside you'll only get opinions of people which may not serve you in any way. So connecting inwards, you connect inwards when you pray, when you're silent, when you meditate, when you do your deep breathing, when you do your yoga. And I'm talking about 5 to 10 minutes. You don't have to do 1 hour of meditation to connect within. You can connect within 5 minutes just by being. Closing your eyes. What am I feeling right now? How am I feeling? What caused this? Am I okay with this? Check in with yourself. Regular points in the day. Check in with yourself, because you're constantly checked in with social media. That's controlling you. You need to check into yourself, and then you realize your outside world is just chaos. So much happening. And that's when you realize peace is within. Peace is not outside. You'll find that peace within you when you're not connected outside. So that's how you connect within.
So like you said, we're always looking for validation. This is something that's very common in people of our age. So what kind of basic lifestyle changes would you suggest to our students who are now going through an online semester? We're always in front of our screens, and it's not like it's an option. It's something that we have to do, and that means that once you're in front of your screen, there are a hell lot of things that you can open. You can open Facebook, you can open Instagram, and you can just get stuck into that. So what are the basic lifestyle changes that you would suggest to someone who's going through this online semester and sitting at home? It's like it might get a lockdown again, this pandemic situation. We're not moving out. We're not really going outdoors and all that. So what are the basic lifestyle changes that you would suggest to someone who's at home and who does not have a lot of way to go out?
So I think it all comes down to discipline and planning your time. I'm not against social media. Social media can add a lot of value to us, but time it. If you're mindlessly scrolling, like I say, the new smoking is scrolling, mindless scrolling. You're just scrolling from one screen to another. Imagine every screen you're scrolling is going into your subconscious mind. The amount of information, pictures, graphics that you're absorbing. You can't say, I'm not absorbing that. It is going in. Everything I'm saying, whether you're listening or not, is getting absorbed. Whatever you see is getting absorbed. So have social media time, have Netflix time, but plan your day. From the time you wake up, you're at home, you have a lot more time because you're not traveling right now. How much of time do you need to study? Plan that. How much of time do you want to put on social media? 1 hour, 2 hours? Fine. Plan that. Maybe in sections, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minute sections every 3-4 hours. Plan your sleep, plan your exercise, plan your wake up time. Why an army works so well? Because they still follow a timetable. Go back to school. Remember, we followed a timetable. That's how your classes could get over on time. The syllabus could get over. So these are basics that never change in life. The most elite armies work around discipline and timetables. Discipline is not being strict with yourself. Discipline is, if my time on Facebook is at 1 o'clock today, I'll be on Facebook at 1 o'clock. Even if my phone is lying right here, right now, I'm not going to pick it up. And the more you keep doing that, the more you develop that habit of discipline. It's not difficult. But if you find yourself doing it constantly, right now that you're going out of control and that social media is controlling you. They are in control of you. Social media is a good thing if you are in control. Technology is a good thing if you are in control. But the moment it starts to control you, you know that you need to start making lifestyle changes. And discipline is the only thing. See, I'm for a full life. You guys are the youth out there, all of that stuff. Enjoy your life abundantly. You live one time. You have finite time on this earth. Do it all. But do it in a way that's balanced. You can plan everything into your day. You can have a social life, you can have a relationship, you can have social media time, but planning is everything. If you don't have a plan, you're going to find yourself getting so overwhelmed with life because you're just going to fill up your day with more and more unnecessary stuff. And then you're going to feel overwhelmed. So if you plan it, you can have all of it.
That really answers everything in just one word. It's just discipline and planning. So now I really want to switch gears and go to the health issues and what you really do with medicine. So when people generally have any issues, health related or otherwise, we more often than not look towards pharmaceutical medicine. Like this idea of integrative medicine with lifestyle changes being signed to it. How do you think it fits into this perspective? Like I've heard that a lot of royal families and everybody is approaching you now because they realize how effective it is. But how did this switching gears? Like normal people they say, okay, I have a fever, so I'm going to take the tablet. They will not think of why I have this fever or what I can do to change my lifestyle so that I build my immune system so that I don't get a fever again. So how does this idea of integrative medicine and lifestyle changes fit into normal lives, like daily life?
Okay, so medicine isn't bad. Medicine can save lives. We need it, but we need to do it the right way. Every time I get a headache, if I'm popping a pill, I'm being stupid. I'm creating more problems. I would rather find out, why am I getting a headache every day? Am I sleep deprived? Do I have a deficiency of B12? Do I have a deficiency of magnesium? Am I constipated? Do I have a hormonal imbalance? So I can fix that and the headaches stop coming. The easy, quick fix way, which is the way the world works today, and pharmaceuticals have taken advantage of that and started pushing more pills. There are advertisements of pills. In New York, you'll find buses with ads of pills. Take a Tylenol when you have pain. All of that. So it's become a business. Medicine is necessary. As I'm speaking to you right now, 100 plus of my medical doctors would probably be prescribing medications to people, but also telling them this is short term. Okay, because we want to take care of the symptom before it becomes bad. But along way, we're building lifestyle so then we will get you off that medication. So we can use medication as a crutch while we change our lifestyle. Sometimes if people come to us early and we just notice that thyroid and their sugar levels are going up, we don't even start them on medication. Our medical doctors say, no, listen, I'm giving you 3 months, change your lifestyle. And we change their lifestyle, the levels come down, they never get onto medication. So you see, it's up to us. We think that a fast-paced world means pop a medication and I'll get a quick fix. You will get a quick fix because you've just popped a cocktail of chemicals which are going to give you immediate relief. But when you check all the side effects of that and you continue to do that, that's how most diseases grow. Like today, let me give you a simple example. In our country, we have the most people with high blood pressure and diabetes. Okay, now this is a deadly combination because having high blood pressure and diabetes is eventually going to mess up your kidney, which brings us to the third biggest issue in our country, which is CKD, chronic kidney failure. So you see, now there'll be a medicine for each of these conditions. But when I have a BP and a diabetes, if I can immediately say, come on, now's the time to start working, bring down my BP, bring down my diabetes, get off the medication, I'm saving my kidney. So you see, this is what integrative medicine is. It works with medicine. It takes the best that is needed for you. If you need homeopathy and a homeopathic doctor feels that your problem can be solved, then that's the medicine for you. It's not about fighting which is the best. Is allopathy the best? Is Ayurveda the best? Is meditation the best? No, it is what is right for you. I have a lot of students who come to me and say, Luke, I can't meditate. I just can't meditate. And I say, why are you trying so hard? What's so great about meditation? I say, what do you like doing? Some of them say, I like taking a walk in the park. I say, how do you feel after that? I just feel amazing. That's your meditation. Some people love listening to music. And when they're listening to music, their mind doesn't wander to anything. They're so into their music. That's your meditation. Some people play football. And during that 1 hour of football, they can't think of anything. They're so into the game. That's meditation for you as well. So, we have to stop putting ourselves into boxes because everyone's doing it. I know people who meditate and still have high blood pressure. I know people who chant all the time and they're still struggling with unforgiveness and bitter resentment in their hearts. The magic word is action. What action do I take for myself? I'm not feeling good today. What's going to make me feel better? A walk in the park, exercise, meditation, chanting, whatever it is that made me feel good, do it. But everyone's constantly reading, watching videos and wow, but no one's doing it. And that's why everyone's feeling so low. In our world today, we have the most comfort, access to medication, access to Ayurveda, yoga, but we're at the highest point in depression and suicides. That tells you something's wrong. We call it entertainment, social media, Netflix. If it's so much of entertainment, we should be happy people. But the statistics show us the complete opposite. The complete opposite. Everything around us is a business. I don't care about business. Okay, businessmen are out to make money. We are at fault if we're getting consumed by it. We are at fault if we think Netflix and entertainment adds value to our life. No, I like watching a movie after a long day of work. I've seen like 30 cancer patients. I want to create a distraction. I'll watch a movie, but I'm not going to be attached to the movie and the emotion of it. It's just entertainment. It's over. It doesn't control my life. Social media, I want to see what's happening. I'm not attached to it. I get back to my life after that. That's inner connection again. If you're connected inwards, you can differentiate and hold yourself from getting sucked into the outside world, which is virtual. It's not reality. Reality is your world, your problems. Virtual is everything else. It's trying to sell you more comfort, more devices, things that, promise you to feel better, but you still don't feel better after a while. So these are the kind of questions we need to ask ourselves.
I think that answers a lot of my questions. And one more thing that I really wanted to ask was this integrative medicine that it is across all ages. It's across every kind of, wherever you are from, whatever age you are, it doesn't matter. So is there anything specific to certain age groups that you would like to recommend? Like, our age group that you said that it's discipline that we really need to look at. And if someone's working, what would you recommend to them? Because Aavhan is not just about students, it's about everybody, and it's a national-wide platform. So what would you recommend across all age groups?
Yeah, so integrative medicine works across all age groups. Yesterday, we had a baby who's born 30 days old with a cancer. Okay, so now we have an integrative approach for that baby. Okay, sometimes we have babies in the womb who are already detected with disorders. And then we start looking at the mother's life before she got pregnant. What substances did she consume, the amount of alcohol, the amount of smoking. So integrative really, it's like a detective game. You try to get to the root cause by asking a lot of questions. It's fun. But once you find the root cause, if that patient is willing to change, in most cases, there's a complete recovery. Now, for your age group, I'm just going to say keep it simple. I want to be truthful about it. When I was at your age in college, what did we eat? We ate samosas in the cafeteria. We had Maggi noodles at night and stuff like that. We played a lot of sports and we were fine. We were fine. Okay. Now times have changed. We have more information. Yes, we can add fruits when we can, maybe nuts, all of that stuff. I think the problem with the generation at your age, people are trying to go extreme. They're trying to put themselves into buckets of this diet and that diet. My question is why? Nature works on balance, not on extremes. Find what works for you. I think why people at your age never really had those problems were because we didn't have fear of food. We were happy people. We didn't have responsibility yet. We just had studies. We ate, we played, we slept. We were happy. And today, when you look at the generation that is like counting the pumpkin seeds that they're eating, having 5 beetroot juices and concoctions, so much of stress, and yet they're struggling with their health. My point is, let me put it this way. When we've looked at over 10,000, 15,000 patients in the last 8 years. If I have to look at my happiest, healthiest people who have either overcome disease or not got any disease, their medical reports are fine, and they're happy people, they have the simplest lives. They eat normal food. They have desserts here and there. They party. They sleep well. Everything in balance. Everything in balance. Compared to the people who are only doing extreme diets, concoctions, flying in vitamins from the US, doing all of these things, chanting 3 hours a day. No, you don't have to do that. The body works on simplicity. As long as we stay aligned to nature, there are laws of nature. Like in engineering, there are certain laws that can never change, no matter what. No matter what, there are certain laws that never change. The law of gravity cannot change. No matter what you say, you throw an apple up, it's going to come down. Like that, there's a law of nature. When we move further away from the law of nature, we invite disease, disharmony, sadness, depression. We move back to the law of nature, everything takes care. Our own bodies take care of us. That's how it is. It's the laws of nature. So if I'm eating a diet which is 90% junk food, unnatural, I'm bound to have disease. If I'm having a diet which is 90% natural foods and 10% junk food, I'm going to be absolutely fine. If I'm punishing my body with excessive exercise, I'm going to have injury. I'm going to have problems. But if I do regular exercise, a couple of push-ups, squats, walks, a little bit of yoga, all of that, I'm going to be absolutely fine. So it's balance. At this age in your life, enjoy your life. A lot of students from your institution today who hold very, very high positions at Infosys, Wipro, all of them, they're all our clients today. They've all passed out of your organization. And it's unbelievable when, they say that, Luke, we don't have time to do this. I say the same thing that you did while you were studying in your institution and to grow to this position is the same thing you should be doing to your health. So I said, what made you grow to this position of a VP and, whatever it is? They say discipline. So I said, that's what you need for your health, discipline. They said constantly, doing the same things over and over again, even if you don't like it. I said, the same thing you need to do with your exercise and your sleep. So you see, it comes down to simplicity and lifestyle. At the end of the day, the quality of your life is dependent on the choices that you make, So at this point in life, you want to try. We live in a much more dangerous world. Y'all live in a much more dangerous world at this time than we did. At least we had better quality food than y'all do right now. So you need to make an extra attempt. Of course, our lives were not sedentary because we traveled by bus, we walked, we did all of this stuff. We didn't have a cell phone at that point. So we played football, we played cricket. Today, our lives are more sedentary because we have so many more comforts. So you need to make that effort for 1 hour or 45 minutes of exercise and stuff like that. Sleep is an excuse. In college days, we partied, we stayed up late, we did that. Your body can take it right now, but it can't become your habit as you start growing. It can't be your lifetime habit of being sleep deprived. That's when sickness is going to creep in. So my advice to you all is take it easy. Enjoy your life. More than trying to get health conscious and not health conscious, health obsessed. Learn to be happy. The happiest people are the healthiest people. I got to tell you that. Then comes medication, nutrition. The happiest people are the healthiest people. So try to be happy. Try to focus on the things that make you happy. If you want to become unhappy, spend more time on social media. If you want to become more unhappy, spend more time watching the news every single day. These are the things that make you unhappy. You can never find happiness on social media. Never. Temporary happiness, yes. Someone liked your post. Wow, I feel happy. The next minute, it's gone. But when you look at things like your relationships, your career goals, vision, have a life purpose. A life purpose is the thing that will keep you from going astray, because your life purpose is so strong that no matter what distractions pop up, you will continue and do everything. When I was your age, I did everything, and that's what's made me who I am today. I did everything, but I never let anything control me. Never become a slave to any vice. Any vice. You may want to try stuff, do stuff, but if you find yourself becoming a slave to that, you're on the wrong path right then. So I think take it easy. A lot of young kids getting too deep into spirituality today. Why? My question is why? What emotional void are you trying to fill? It's good to be spiritual, but a lot of kids come and say, hey, Luke, I'm trying to find my meaning of life. I need to go to the mountains for 6 months. No, you need to be living your life to find your purpose. You're not going to find your purpose in the mountains. You find meaning in your life by living life, by going through adversity, by going through ups and downs, by going through relationships. Some of them break, some of them don't. That's where you find your meaning in life, not by saying that I need to meditate for 8 hours a day and stuff. Unless your course is spirituality and you're moving into a spiritual journey, then you do that. Other than that, you will find your meaning of life by living life. That's how it is.
That was a very comprehensive answer. Like towards the end, you had said that, a lot of people are getting into spirituality, or, a lot of people are trying to fill some void using something. In fact, I'm sure the substance abuse comes to my mind. Like there's a lot of drug abuse or any other abuse that's very, very prevalent especially among our age, but in general, it's prevalent in the whole country as well. So what do you think? I mean, there are a lot of people who are depressed. There are a lot of people. Depression leads to a lot of things, not only drug abuse. It could be anything. So what do you think? Why are people so depressed nowadays? That is definitely validation. Apart from that, what else do you think is there? And how do you think people can fill this void naturally in your way?
Okay, I'll just reverse back to what you said, where depression leads to drugs. It's usually the opposite way. Drugs lead to depression, because after a while, the same drugs that were giving you that high, they don't give you that high anymore. And then you need the next substance and the next fix, and then that leads to depression as well. But there are other causes of depression. See, we need to be truthful about it. I always tell people, the problem is not the bottle of alcohol. The problem is the person behind it. There are so many people who have lived till the age of 90, 94, having one drink a day. Moderation, control, they are in control. The problem is not alcohol. The problem is the person. If alcohol was the problem, everyone should be an alcoholic, right? But the problem is the person behind it. What is your intention? Is the alcohol filling a void in your life? Is it giving you a little more self-worth when you're high? Is it, making you more happy, temporary, because you're depressed on the other side? So you got to look at these things. When we're addicted to something, we're filling a void. The only one who can fill your void is yourself. No one else. Money can't fill a void. More fancy cars, handbags, more money, more friends cannot fill your void. You got to do self-work. For that, you got to look inside. Like I said, connect within. I have a void right now of unhappiness, of loneliness. Okay, I'm lonely, even though I have so many friends. Like loneliness is a huge issue in our country. And a lot of people say, look, how? I have 10,000 friends on Facebook. I have 15,000 friends on Instagram. I can't be lonely, but you are, because they're not real. They're not real. You're worried about what your friend's going to say behind your back at the next party. That's not loneliness. That's stress. I mean, that's not having friendship. So if you have a void, you have to do the hard work of working with it. Maybe you had a bad childhood. Maybe you didn't get enough of love and appreciation. At least when you identify these things, you can fill it. You can fill it, because no drug can ever fill a void with what the main thing is supposed to fill it. Like, no drug can replace love. No drug can replace human company. Okay, no alcohol can do that. So we have to look at who we are. And this generation right now is being controlled by algorithms on social media. That's how it is. So if you clicked a picture of, a guy who looks really good or a girl who looks really pretty, guess what? Social media is only going to throw up pictures, more and more pictures of that. And that's going to make you hate yourself more because you don't look like that. So, that's why we need to connect within and understand that the day we stop comparing our lives with the lives of other people is the day that we start getting to be really happy. And we actually start kind of, fitting things in the right way. So if you have a void, you should first know what the void is. The second thing you should know is that no alcohol or drugs can ever fill that void. And the third thing is only you can fix it. So you can take help. You can see a counselor, you can get a mentor, you can speak to your parents, a friend. You can take help, but only you can do the work of filling that void.
Yes, sir. That's all I have from my side. I see a few questions now, so I'd like to ask of one of them, which I find very interesting. There's how does partying fit in? Just curious about it. Today we all know how and what ways we party. Isn't that going away from the natural ways of the body?
Absolutely. It depends on the way. That doesn't make partying wrong. It makes the way you're partying wrong, right? The same thing like the alcohol bottle. Nothing wrong with alcohol. It's the way you use it. There's nothing wrong with partying. Once a week, of course you should go. Human beings are social animals. Go meet people, dance, all of that. But if you're going to be this cool person and smoke more cigarettes and joints because you want to get that girl or guy or binge drink to show off, your intention is wrong. That partying is going to harm you over time. Once in a way, go out, go loose, do everything. But if that's becoming your every weekend pattern, that's wrong for you. You got to question what it is. So the problem is not partying. Of course, you worked hard all week, studied. What's wrong with a good party? Nothing wrong. If you're partying because you're going to have access to drugs, alcohol, women, you're going in. See, everything in life is intention. Everything is intention. Question your intention. Why am I doing this? Today, if I'm going to sit with a mug of beer, what's my intention? I just want to unwind. Good, go for it. Oh, I want to drink this beer because I'm depressed. My girlfriend said something to me. My boyfriend said something to me. Wrong intention. Wrong intention. That beer is not the right fix for you. So everything is intention. You have to live your life. A lot of people, I never liked partying when I was young. Never. I just couldn't. I'm a Goa boy. Our parties were on the beach. Like sunrise to sunset. We're used to going in short pants, no dress code, nothing, everyone chilling on the beach. So till date, I can't walk into a club. It's unnatural to me. People in a closed area, dark, smoking, all. It just doesn't make sense. That's my story. It doesn't mean partying was wrong. So the whole point is, I also see partying now as a waste of time. Everyone's pretentious. Everyone's dressing up. Everyone's looking at how everyone's dressed up. Who's the coolest? That's a waste of time. But if I have close friends who are going to party, catch up, have a couple of drinks here and there, go for it. Unwind, go back. So it's your intention that matters. Everything in life, ask yourself why. Your why is so important. Why am I doing this? Why am I getting into this relationship? Am I getting into this relationship because I'm feeling lonely right now? Wrong reason. Okay, your relationship is not going to repair your loneliness. Am I on a rebound? My girlfriend just dumped me, so I'm going to jump into the next relationship because that's what I'm used to. Wrong intention. Always ask yourself why. The whys are so important. And that comes with intention, and that puts you on the right path of what you want to do. So there's nothing wrong with partying unless it's now harming you in some way.
So the next question was, you seem to work with cancer patients. Can you share any inspiring recovery story or memorable experience that you had while consulting them?
Oh, yeah, we have a ton of them. They're all on my Facebook page where we have survivors talking about it. I'll give you one story since you asked for a specific one. That's what actually got me most of my fame in the cancer world. So about 7 years ago, I had started practicing in the field of cancer. I was in Mumbai at that point, got a call at about 2 a.m. in the morning. And this guy was like, hey, my father has a week left to live. And, he's got a metastatic cancer. That means it's spread to different organs in the body. We're sending a car for you. Can you please come down? And it was in a different state, 4-hour drive. Can you please come down and just help us? And I was like, what can I do? I'm a nutritionist. I mean, I can't do anything. The guy was pretty insistent. He said, come. So I said, okay, fine. I lose nothing. I went. I met this guy. I looked at all his reports. I started studying his files for the last 5 years. He was suffering from cancer for 5 years. And I realized that for 5 years, no one focused on his immune system. He was getting chemo cycle after chemo cycle, radiation after radiation. His vitamin D levels were at the lowest. B12 was at the lowest. I'm like, how can the immune system be strong with these kind of levels? I said, let's start working on that plan. I put him on a plan, immune boosting plan, for about a week. Okay, and that was the time. The family said, just keep him comfortable, give him the foods that he likes, make sure his pressure doesn't go up. He lived for the second week, changed his plan. The third week, the guy lived on for 5 years. And you know how India is. Word of mouth went around. The next day, you're on flights to different states because people have cancer. And all we started looking at was the immune system. When you look at a cancer, okay, there is no magic chemo. There is no magic radiation. There is no magic food. There is no magic supplement. It is only your immune system that can put you in remission. And that is what we started studying more and more. So we got into immunology, working with the immune system of the body. And that has been a success story till date with cancer. And your immune system can be destroyed not just by medicine and food, by sleep deprivation, by chronic stress, emotional distress, sedentary lifestyles, all of these things together, which is why lifestyle medicine contains everything. Right from your emotions to your sleep, to your food, to your supplementation, to your genetic makeup, all of these things are put together, and that is what lifestyle medicine is.
So coming to lifestyle, the next question is maintaining a sleep routine enough, or is early to bed, early to rise the only way to go?
See, you're a student right now, so I'll be lying if I told you try to get into bed early and whatever. But most nights, try to do that. Weekends, do what you want. Because remember, I spoke about aligning ourselves with the circadian rhythm, with the natural law. I think the most powerful people, and sometimes when I spend a lot of time with our successful, super successful billionaires people and stuff, what I've noticed in all of them? They sleep by 9:30, 10. They wake up before sunrise. And you should try this just to see how your brain functions the next day. Your creativity, your productivity is different, insanely different. So you're a student right now. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, try to get into bed at the same time, wake up before sunrise. Enjoy your Friday and Saturday. Let's keep it like that because we want to live in balance. But yes, your sleep routine is everything. Because remember, all healing, all hormonal balance, all growth repair happens while you sleep. Why do bodybuilders, they do just 3 things. They eat, sleep, and train. Because your muscles only grow while you sleep. They don't grow during the day. Men, all the boys out there, do you find your beard growing, while you're awake? While you're awake, you see your beard growing? No, you wake up and you have new stubble and growth, right? All of the magic of the human body happens while you sleep. Sleep is medicine. It is medicine. It's the most powerful drug. So keep it in balance. But if you're being sleep deprived every single night, that's going to be a problem at some point. Of course, exam time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, your body is built for that. All of us have done it. That's fine. But after the exams, try to rejuvenate your body, recover, try to get your sleep back into line. So everything is about balance. If you can maintain balance, you're never going to have problems with your health.
Okay, balance. So what small habits should we incorporate in our daily life to make it more healthy?
This is the last question because I have a couple of patients after this. So I have 4. I have our business.
Yes,
our business or our paradigm is built on 4 verticals, and you should never forget them. One is balanced nutrition. What suits you? Eat it. Timings of your meal timings, very, very important. Don't make your dinners late and heavy. Your dinner should be the lightest meal of the day. Slow down, chew your food, eat slow. These are the rules of nutrition. 90% wholesome natural diet, 10% you can enjoy your junk. Sugar is your biggest enemy. If you're overdoing it, stop doing that. Second vertical is exercise. Okay? You don't have to go to a gym. If you like dancing, it's an exercise. You like walking, it's an exercise. Combine a little bit of flexibility like yoga, put in a little bit of breathing exercises, pranayama. Whatever exercise you do it consistently. The third is your sleep. Build great sleep habits, like I said. Try to get into bed maybe about 10:30 before midnight. Try to get up before sunrise. Do this for 5 days, and I can promise you, you will get addicted to the cycle. Okay? I know it's difficult, but try to keep your gadgets off at least 1 hour before bedtime so your mind can kind of cool down. Your mind can cool down. You can use that 1 hour to plan your day, make your notes, speak to your family. So many things that you can do in 1 hour. The fourth vertical, the most important, emotional wellness. Okay? Very, very important. Protect your emotions. Don't give away your powers. Don't give away your powers to other people. You have the power to choose, the power to accept, the power to let go, the power to pray, the power to decide. so many powers that you and I have. We have to use them. Don't get entangled in emotions that do not concern you. Don't get entangled in mindless gossip, mindless rumors. These drain you of energy and they add no value to your life. Build your emotional strength through meditation, through prayer, through doing the things that you like, having a life purpose, giving back. Maybe you don't have money to give back right now, but with your skills, can you mentor someone? Can you guide someone? Can you go live on Facebook and teach someone a skill that you have? The happiest people are the ones who give back. The one thing I realized in life, all the money you get, it can make you a little bit happy. The thing that makes me and my team of doctors and nutritionists the happiest is when we're able to give back to other people. We're able to, bring down their cholesterol levels, put a cancer in remission, reduce the pain in their knees or their back. When they say that, wow, you've changed my life, there is nothing in the world that gives you more fulfillment when you've impacted another human being. So make impacting a human being part of your life. That happiness is unreal. And everyone has the ability to impact someone's life. Everyone. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a nutritionist. You just got to have that vision to help someone, the want to help someone, and the passion to do it. It's as simple as that. I'm really sorry. I would have loved to answer more questions, but I have a whole line of patients right now. It's been lovely addressing all of you. I wish all of you luck, and I hope each of you invest in building an extraordinary life for all of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming, sir. So, yeah,
Most
I
welcome.
think it was a great session. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.